Topic: a family in mathematics. That's what we are trying to do. A family in mathematics. That's what we are dealing with this day. This is lesson 2. If you have not followed lesson 1, because you have to follow lesson 1 to get this right. We have talked about term in the lesson 1. In lesson 1, we'll talk about term. Right now, we are talking about a family in mathematics. What is a family in mathematics? Mathematics have a family. We are going to see what we mean by family in mathematics. We said lesson 1. A family is a term. We have already know what I mean by a term. A family is a term or two or more terms held together by either multiplication or division only. We said a family is a term or two or more terms held together by either multiplication or division only. So what hold a family together is either multiplication or what? Division. What? Only. That hold what? Family. So in your family now, what hold you and your brother, your sister, and your father and your mother together is either multiplication or what? Division. That's what hold you and your brother and your sister and your family and your father and your mother together. To call you people family, what hold you people together is multiplication or division only. Either you are held by multiplication or you are held by division. So any terms that is held by multiplication is a family or held by division is a family. Let us see example. Example, children. Look at it. A is a family which we call term. Then number 2, AX. This is a term. X is a term. Hold together by multiplication. This AX means A times X. This AX means what? A times X. And it's called what? A family. AX. A family. Hold together by what? Multiplication. We come to number 3. XYM is a term. Hold together by multiplication. This is a term hold together by multiplication. And how many people are in this family? X, Y, and M. And they are called one family. Maybe you, your brother, your mother. This is a family. Then now, and number 4, we said X over Y. X over Y is a family. And this X is a family and Y is a family. Join together to call one family by division. I told you that what? A family can be held by together by either division or multiplication. And you see, this is a family. This is another family. And it's held together to be called one family as what? One family by division. Look at you. Look at your brother. Hold together by division called what? A family. This Y, this X is you. And this Y is your brother. Then hold together by division to call what? One family. And because we said that a family can be either be held together by multiplication or by division. So when I see you and your brother, you is X and your Y is what? Your brother. Hold together to call one family as what? Division. Number 5. This X, Y is hold together by multiplication called a family. Then M become you. Hold together to these people to call a family by division. Look at division. Division what? Sign. Look at division sign. This is called division sign. Look at division sign. Hold these two persons, these two family to be what? 1. Then when I call number 6. Number 6. KMP squared. This is one term. This XY is also one term. Hold together to call one term by division. This is a family. The whole of this you are seeing is a what? A family. Are you get what I'm saying now? And this 5XY is also a family. Hold together by multiplication. And that is a family. And this 5 times X is a what? A family. Hold together by what? Multiplication. These are hold together by multiplication is a family. Then 3XY 3 times y times 6 times 5. These are a family hold together by multiplication. They are hold together by multiplication. 3 times y times 6 times 5, our family hold together by multiplication. You have now seen this all here are called what? Family. Number 1, A is a family, AX is a family, and number 3, XYM is a family. X over Y is a family. And what? XYM is a family. And what? This divided by this is a family. And this 5xy is a family. And 5 times 6 is a family. And 3 times y times 6 times 5 is a family. And I come to I. This I. When I said, any term or family you write is divided by 1. What does it mean? Any term or family you write is divided by 1. So, any term, and what is term? We call it family. Look at the term. This is a term. You remember? This man is a term. This 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 is what? One term. This is one term. Look at one term. Look at one term. So, a family is a one term. If I look at a family, it's called what? One term. That's why we say anything God joined together is what? One. If this person now look at the term is a one term. Look at AX is one term. XYM is one term because it's a family. Then X divided by Y is a what? A term because it's a family. XYM is a what? A term divided by what? Is a one term. Then KM squared P squared XY is a term. And what? 5XY is a term. Then 5 times Y is one term. And 3 times y times 6 times 5 is a one term. They are all one term. Look at one term. Look at one term. Look at one term. Look at one term. So all this family is one term. When I said a term or a family you write is divided by 1. A term or family you write is divided by 1. And I said example. Let's just say if I write y, look at this y now. Is a term as I write it. Is the same inside our mind as y divided by 1. Inside my mind, I know this y I write as what? Y divided by 1. This y we write is the same in our mind as y divided by 1. This term I write now, xy is a term, is the same in our mind as xy divided by 1. So inside my mind, this thing I write here is the same thing as what? Xy divided by 1. This xy I write is the same thing inside my mind as what? Xy divided by 1. Then this y I write here is the same thing in our mind as what? Y divided by 1. Look at it, y divided by 1. And the 5, as I write 5, is the same in our mind, inside my mind, as what? 5 divided by 1. And that's the reason why, look at this place. That's the reason why. If I have 3 plus 3 by 5 over 2, I can write it as what? 3 divided by 1 plus what? 5 divided by 2. Where did I get this one I put here? By knowing that any time we write is divided by 1. Any time we write is divided by 1. And that's what made me to bring this 3 divided by 1. And that's bring this 1 here. By knowing this, having it inside my heart, that any time we write is divided by 1. So whenever I write this man now 3 plus what? 5 over what? 2. This 3 is the same thing as 3 divided by 1 plus what? 5 over what? 2. I cannot say that LCM of what? 2 and 1. I will begin to look for LCM. So you have seen the reason why we bring the 1. A family held together by multiplication. A family, how can I separate a family that is held together by what? Multiplication. That's what we want to learn here. A family held together by multiplication can only be separated by division. We said a family held together by multiplication can only be separated by division. So when a family is held together by multiplication, We can only separate them by division. If I have a family now, which I told you that a family can either be what? Hold together by what? Multiplication or division. These are the two things that can hold a family to be one, which we have already identified here. We said this is a family, this is a family, this is a family. This man become a family because multiplication hold all of them. This man become a family, one family, because what? Division hold all of them. Then this become a family because division hold all of them. And this man become a family because multiplication hold the numerator, hold the denominator, and division hold the two to be what? One family. Then this man now is a what? A family, because multiplication hold this 5 and s and x and y. Multiplication hold them. This thing you see here can be written as 5 times what? X times what? Y. This thing I write here is the same thing as this. So multiplication hold these things. Are you get what I'm saying? This ax is same thing as a times what? X. Multiplication hold them. This man now is same thing as what? X times what? Y times what? M. This is what? Multiplication. This thing is same thing as this. Multiplication hold this. Even though you didn't see multiplication between them, but multiplication hold them. Then that's why we call them one family. And this is one family. And this is one family. And this is one family. Then coming to this man. This man is hold, is a family hold together to be what? One family. This thing you see here. And what hold these two things to be one family is division. We said a family can be hold together by multiplication or division. A family in mathematics can be hold together by multiplication or division. So if division is holding these two things, now that means they're one family. And here, division is holding these two things, therefore they are what? One family. I get what I'm saying? Then coming here, division is holding these two things and this now, therefore is what? One family. And they are all one family. Then as I said, a family held together by multiplication. We know that two things is holding a family, either multiplication or division. But in this case, we are talking about what? A family hold together by multiplication. We said a family hold together by multiplication can only be separated by division. A family held together by multiplication can only be separated by what? Division. Well, let us see how I can separate a family that is held by multiplication. Look at this family. It's held together by what? Multiplication. Maybe I want to remove A. I want to remove A in this family. Then what will I do? I will divide 2 by A. I will divide it by A. I want to remove A from this family. I will divide it by A. And when I divide, I will say A divide itself 1. And A divide here will give me 1. And 1 divide 1 will give me 1. 1 times X will give me what? X. Which is, I will have this. I'm coming again. A divide himself, he will give me 1. A divide himself here, he will give me 1. 1, this A give me here, divide by 1 here, will give me 1. And 1 times X will give me X. I come over here. How can I remove X in this family? I want to remove X from this family. I want to separate X from this family. I will divide it by what? X. Then I will now say X kill himself, divide himself will give me 1. And X divide this will give me 1. 1 divide 1 will give me 1. 1 times A will give me what? Answer is what? A. Then what I said, 1 divide 1 will give me 1. Are you get what I'm saying? This 1, what I mean, 1 divide by 1, answer is what? 1. This is 1. Divide by this 1 again by dividing A, X. I said X kill himself, you give me 1. This X kill himself will give me 1. Are you get what I'm saying? This 1 divide by this 1 will give me 1. And this 1 I have here times A will give me what? A. Have you seen it here? I have removed X. So we now see the only way I can separate people that hold together, family that is hold together by what? Multiplication is by division. The person I want to remove, I will divide that family by that person I want to what? Remove. In this case here, I want to remove A. I divide this family, which is AX family. I divide it by A to remove A. Have you seen what I did? I cancel A. A cancel himself 1. Cancel here, give me 1. 1 divide 1 will give me 1. 1 times X will give me X. Then I come over here. And I come to this family. I have AX family. I want to remove X from that family. What will I do? I will divide it by X. Have you seen the only way we can separate a family out of what? Each family by multiplication is by dividing it. I will divide it by that person I want to remove. Then I will have what? A here. Then coming to this man, I want to remove this A from this family. I want to remove it from this family. What will I do? I will divide by A. When I divide by A divide itself 1. And A divide itself here 1. And I will have what? 1 divided by 1. And answer is 1. And what is what happened here? Come over here again. I want to remove A from this family. Look at the family AX. I want to remove A from it. I will what? Divide it by A. Have you seen that if you want to remove any number from a family that is whole by multiplication, is only by what? Divided. Have you seen it? It's only by dividing by that person you want to remove from. I want to remove A. And I'm saying A divide itself 1. A divide itself here 1. And I will have what? 1 over 1 times what? X. 1 over 1 will give me what? 1 times what? X. And my answer will give me what? X. And that's what will happen. Are you following that? Then coming over here, I want to remove X from this family. Look at the family AX. And I don't want X in this family. The only way I can remove X is by dividing this family by X. And I will say X scale himself 1. Divide this 1. 1 divide 1 will give me 1. 1 times A will give me what? A. Have you seen how I have removed X from that family. Then now, I want to remove A from this family. Here, we divide through by what? A. So you will now see what we have learned now is that how do we remove somebody from a family that is whole by together by multiplication? It's only by dividing that family by the person we want to remove from that person. Have you understood it? You say that's the only way I can remove that person from. Any other way, there's nothing. It's only by dividing by that person you want to remove. That's the only way we can remove the person from that family. Then let's go to number 4. Number 4. You remember that we are talking about how to remove a member of a family that is held by multiplication. Any family that is held by multiplication, how do we remove a member from it? How can I remove a member from a family that is held together by multiplication? We said the only way we can remove a member from that family is by dividing by that any member we want to remove. If I want to remove any member, I have to divide that family by that member. Example, I have here X, Y divided by M. This is a family I have here. X, Y divided by M. I want to remove X from this family. You remember what I said? I have an X what? X, Y divided by M family. I want to remove M from X from this family. I want to remove X from this family. What will I do? I have to what? Divide this family by what? X. And that's what we did here. I want to remove X from this family. I have to divide it by what? X. And when I have divided it by X, we now say this thing I did here is the same. This equal to means is the same thing as. This thing I write like this. This man, I want to remove X from this family. Look at the family X, Y divided by M. I want to remove X. I have to divide it by X. Then when I divide it by X, I have what? X, Y over M divided by X over 1. I think nobody is confused how we get the 1. 1 is what we say that anything I write, this thing I write is divided by 1. And I call that 1 to come. I put it here. You see that this man is a fraction, this man have turned into fraction. How does this 1 come? We know that anything, any term we write, any family we write is divided by 1. Then I call the 1, it came. Then now, as this now is the same, this equal to me, this thing I write here is the same as, look at it, X, Y, M. Then this division sign will go. For this division sign to go, I'll apply multiplication. And this 1 will come up, this X will come down. And that's what you see here. This 1 now have come up, and this X have come down. This division will turn into multiplication. You remember that this man remained as it is. Nothing happened to this man here. It's only this place something happened. And what happened here? This X come down and the 1 come up. As the 1 come over, then multiplication will apply. Remember it all the time. Then now, I want to say xy times 1 will give me xy. M times x will give me mx. Have you seen it? Numerator is xy times numerator, which is 1, will give me xy. Denominator is m, and denominator here is x. X times denominator. Denominator times denominator will give me mx. Then now, you will not see, I not cancel the x. X kill himself will give me 1. And this x kill himself will give me 1. Are you get what I'm saying? This x kill himself will give me 1. This x kill himself will give me 1. Then now, as this give me 1, this give me 1. What happened? The x have gone. 1 divided 1 is 1. 1 times y is y over m. And that's my answer. Have you seen it now? This give me what? Answer. Then I come back here. Number 5. Number 5. Look at number 5. I have a family. Look at the family now. I have a family x, y divided by m. That's the family. Then I want to remove m from this family. You remember, what family did I have? I have a family of what? X, y, m. Look at it here. This is the family I have. Then this family, I want to remove m. I don't want m to be in this family. Look at m. M is denominator. Have you seen where the m is? Denominator. Now, since m is in denominator, what will I do? I will multiply. Remember, on this one, x is on what? Numerator. I divide. Listen very properly now. Listen very, very properly. In this one, what I did here is that x I want to remove in this family is in numerator. Look at it. Where is x? Is in numerator. Since it's in numerator, I will divide by what? X. Are you following? Then now, in this case now, number 5, I want to remove m in this family. Look at the family. I told you, look at the family. I want to remove m. I want to remove m on that family. And where is m? M is what? Denominator of that family. Then what will I do? Since it's denominator, I will multiply by m. You get it? As this m I want to remove is in denominator, I will multiply by m. But here, x I want to remove is numerator, I divide by what? X. That's different. Have you seen it now? As I multiply by m, I will have this thing that we'll write here is the same thing as what? Xy over m times, look at m over 1. How did I get the 1? You remember what you said, that anything you will write, any term you will write is divided by 1. As I write this term, is divided by 1. I have applied the 1. Are you going to see that? As I apply the 1, this xy times m will give me xym. Denominator, which is m, times denominator, which is 1, will give me what? M. I think you are following me. Then now I'm going to cancel. Look at it. M will cancel himself, will give me 1. And m cancel himself here will give me 1. Have you seen the 1? The m cancel himself here will give me 1. Then 1 divide 1 will give me 1. And 1 times what? X will give me what? Xy. And look at my answer, xy. That's how we get what? Xy. Then let's go to what? I. I is telling me, how will I remove a person from a family hold by what? Plus or minus. Look at it. Plus or minus is used to hold together 2 or more term or family together. Plus or minus. Plus, look at it. Or minus is used to hold together 2 or more terms or family together. When we say terms, we are talking about family. We're going to look at it. Come over here. Number 1, I said AS is a family. Plus A, that's 2 family. A family and a family hold together by what? Plus. A family and another family hold together by plus. B, number 2, X plus Y. A family and a family hold together by what? Y. By plus. And this is a family. Another family is. What bring them together? Plus. This is a family. Look at another family. Hold together by what? Minus. Then look at another family. Look at this family. Hold together by what? Plus. This is a family. This is a family. Hold together by what? Plus. Look at this family. This is a one family. Hold together by this family by what? Minus. Look at the minus. I think you see the minus here. Then now, we come to number 6. This is what? PQ is a family. Plus MX is a family. minus, hold them together by 5 is a family, minus 2y, this is a family. Look at it. This is a family, this is a family, this is a family, this is a family. That's what we'll learn in first lesson. We say term. How do we identify term? This is a term, this is a term, this is a term, this is one term. One term, one term, one term, one term. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 times. Here, how many times? 1, 2. Hold together by what? Plus and what? Minus. Then we now come to IV. IV now is telling me how to make 2 terms or family to be 1. How can I make 2 terms or family to be what? 1 family. 2 family to be 1 family. 2 terms to be what? 1 term. Now look at it. 3 plus 5 over 2. Number 1. 3 plus 5 over 2. This is a term. This is a family. This is a family. That's 2 family. Hold together by plus. I want to make this family to be 1 family now. You know that this is a 2 family. This is a family 1. This is another family 2. Hold together by what? Plus. How will I make this 2 family to be 1? I move. I said this family is same thing as what? This thing I write here is same thing as 3 over 1. You remember how we did the 1? That anything you will write is divided by 1. So this 3 divided by 1 plus 5 over 2. Look at it. Is equals to. Are you following me? Is equals to. This 1 is denominator. This 2 is denominator. I will look for LCM of 1 and 2. LCM of 1 and 2 is what? 1 times 2. Give me 2. LCM of 1 and 2 is 1 times 2. Give me 2. Then now, 1, this 1 will come and divide 2. Are you watching? This 1 will come and divide 2. When one person divide 2, it will get 2. Now that 2 we get, we multiply 3. Look at it, 2 times 3. Are you getting it? When this 1 come and divide the LCM, which is one person, come and divide, share 2 things. What the person will get? 2. That 2 will multiply 3. Look at it, 2 times 3. Then I put what? I take this plus and put here. Have you seen the plus? Look at the plus here. And I come back again and say 2 divide 2. 2 persons come and divide 2 things. They will get 1, 1. That 1 they get multiplied by the what? 5, which is that 2 is carrying. Look at it, 1 times 5. Then now opening this bracket become 2 times 3, give me 6. 1 times 5, give me 5. Have you seen it? Over 2. Then 6 plus 5, give me 11 over 2. Then this is what? Improper fraction. 11 over 2 is improper fraction. Then 2 divide itself will give me 1. Divide 11 will give me 5. It become 5 whole number. What will remain here is 1 over what? 2. Look at what it means. 11 divided by 2. That means this 11 is something at what? 10 plus 1. Are you get what I'm saying now? Divided by 2. Then this 2 divide 10 will give me what? 5. 2 divide is. What will remain is what? 10. Are you following? So now, I come back to this. Number 2. Number 2. X plus y over m is equals to the same thing. Look at x plus y over m. This, how many family here? 1 family. Look at another family. I want to make these 2 family to be 1. In this first one we did, I think we have made it to the 1 family. Look at the 2 family here. We have made it to the 1 family, which is 11 over 2, which is 1 family. Then now I want to make this x plus y over m, which is a family, another family. I want to make it to the 1 family. This thing I write here is same thing as what? X over 1 plus, look at the plus, y over m. This thing is same thing as this. This equal to mean that this is same thing as this. That's what I mean by equal to. Equal to mean this thing I write here is same thing as what I did here. Then now this man now, LCM of 1 and 2. Look at denominator, look at denominator. I'm looking for LCM of 1 and 2. What is the LCM of 1 and 2? I will say 1 times m will give me m. That's the LCM. Then now, this 1 will come and divide the LCM, which is m. One person share m will give me m. That m will go and multiply x, which is the one is carrying, because it's one that shared now. When you share, get m, you will go and multiply what is having in his head. When I say m times what? X. Then I'll carry this plus and put here. The m will not come and divide m. When m come and divide m, it will give me 1. You remember what we said. Look at what we said. M divide m. This cancel will give me what? 1. Look at that one. I get what I'm saying. That one will not go and multiply y. Listen, you multiply y on top. Then opening the bracket, M times X will give me MX plus 1 times Y will give me Y all over what? M. You see that I have resolved these two families to be one family. Look at one family now. I've gotten one family. I have resolved these two families. Are you seeing what I'm doing here? These two families, I have done it to be what? One family. Then number 3, let us see number 3. Number 3, I have 2x minus 3 over 4. Look at one family. Look at another family. Hold together by minus. Look at one family. Look at another family. Hold together by minus. I want to make these two families to be one. I want to make it to be one. I want to say 2x is the same thing as 2x over 1 minus 3 over 4. This thing I write here is the same thing as this. Then I want to see that this is LCM of what? 1 and 4. Look at denominator. I will say 1 times 4 will give me what? 4. Then this 1 divide 4. One person share 4 will give me 4. That 4 times 2x. Look at it. 4 into what? 2x. 4 times 2x. That's what I write here. Then this minus, I put it here. This 4 will come and divide. When 4 persons share 4 things, 4 persons share 4 things, it will give me 1. Then 4 persons share 4 things will give me 1. That 1 will multiply 3. I have 1 times 3. Opening this bracket, it becomes 4 times 2 will give me 8x. 4 times 2 will give me 8x. 1 times 3 will give me what? 3 over what? 4. Look at it. And this thing becomes one family. I have made it to the one family. Number 4. 3 minus 5 over 2. Look at this. 3 minus 5 over 2. This is one family. This is one family. These two families, I want to make them to be one. I want to make them to be one. I will say this thing that is here is the same thing. This equals to mean that this thing that is here is the same thing as 3. This 3 over 1. You know how we get 1. You will remember that any time we write is divided by 1. And I remember it, I call the 1 to come and divide 3. And the 1 come and divide 3 makes what? 3 divided by 1. Minus 5 over 2. Then this becomes LCM. I'm denominator. I'm looking LCM of what? 1 and 2 now. Then LCM of 1 and 2. 1 times 2 will give me what? 2. Then I will not say what? 1 will come and divide the LCM, which is 2. This 1 divides 2 will give me what? 2. 2 times 3. Look at it now. 2 times 3. This now I put in a bracket. Times 3. Minus. I carry that minus and put here. Then 2 will come and divide the what? The denominator, which is the LCM. 2 will come and divide, giving me 1. That 2 persons divide 2 things. They will get 1, 1. If you are 2, person give you people 2 things. You share it 1, 1. That 1 will multiply 5. Have you seen it? Look at the 1 multiplying 5. The 1 you people share by 2 persons sharing 2 things, give me 1. That 1 they got will multiply the 5 on top of the 2 that share. Look at it. 5 times what? 2. 1 times what? 5. Then when I say 2 times 3 will give me 6. And 1 times 5 will give me 5 over what? 2. Have you seen it now? Then 6 minus 5 will give me 1 over 2. And that's become one family. Have you seen it? I have made these two families to be one family. Look at the two families here. I have resolved it to be one family, which is 1 over 2. V. We have come to V. I think you have seen what we are learning now. V. How to remove a term or family from a family held by plus or minus. When a family is held by plus or minus, how did I remove family from it? You know when we say family, when the terms, 2 or more terms are held by what? Plus or minus. How will I remove any of them from it? Well, look at it. Look at this family. Ax plus y. Ax plus a. Ax plus a. These two families. I want to remove a from this family. I want to remove a. How? I will not say then. What will I do? Then I will say ax plus a. I minus what? A. When I minus a, what will I do? I will minus a. In this case, I minus a. As I minus a, what will remain? This will be here. Look at it. A minus a will give me 0. When you remove a, minus means removing a. Minus a from a will give me 0. And my answer will become ax plus 0 will give me ax. Then I called you here to say, remember that a divided by a will give me 1. Remember that this a killed this himself 1. Kill this 1 will give me 1. 1 divided 1 will give me 1. But A minus A will give me 0. When I have A, whoop A, remove A from it, the answer will be what? 0. Are you get what I'm saying? You have seen the difference. A divide A will give me 1. Why A minus A will give me what? 0. I come to number 2. This is the 2 family again. Look at this family again. I want to remove AX from this family. Yeah, I want to remove AX from this family. Then what will I do? I say then. I will say AX minus AX. That's minus A. AX minus AX plus A. What will happen? This man will what? Kill this man. What will I have? 0. Have you seen it now? AX minus AX will give me 0. Then plus A. Have you seen it? Then 0 plus 8 will give me A. I still come back here to tell you that AX divided by AX will give me 1. What does it mean? AX kill himself 1. AX destroy himself 1. 1 divided by 1, answer is 1. But AX minus AX will give me 0. What does it mean? AX minus what? AX, the answer is 0. But AX divided by AX, answer is 1. I think you have to